Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's Ricky Cadan back again with another real life stock review for Real Life Trading Australia. If you haven't heard already, Real Life Trading Australia has been launched, and if you just hop on over to reallifetrading.com, there's me. I am the head trader here in the live trading room for the afternoon swing trading floor. So if you haven't yet subscribed and you would love to get involved, there is so much great value. A lot of people just pouring out their love today. A lot of people just making some great gains overnight. We'll talk about that in just a second. But let's take a look at the markets. So the SPY had another beautiful move yesterday. Yesterday being the Tuesday session. We had a 5% move, now currently gapping down. Makes a whole lot of sense here, guys. I mean, the E-minis is kind of still very, very choppy at this particular point in time as well. So from here, as you can see on the weekly chart, we haven't yet broke this 200 simple moving average, and it is a very nice key level of support. So if we do break lower, I mean, we could potentially come down to the 200 and bounce. It is a very nice support resistance level. So for the most part, long term, this is definitely a buy the dip opportunity. If you take a look at the VIX, now the VIX is spiking right now, currently at 52.17. This is the highest we have been since the GFC. As you can see, the GFC being this one right here, and we did actually reach a high of 62.12 on the VIX. So very, very volatile out there, but we have been speaking a lot about how else to make money in these markets during these volatile times and not getting trapped and caught out in buying and getting stopped out. So we have been speaking about that in the afternoon swing trading floor. So if you want to be involved, find out more about that, hop on over to the website and check it out. A lot of people waking up this morning with a nice little gain after our weekly options newsletter was posted just yesterday. Here was the setup that we had based off this particular candle right here. Beautiful setup back down to the 100. We actually drew this blue line on this day here, and I was mentioning that we will very most likely come back to the 100 simple moving average and look to bounce. We did actually get triggered in and out of this particular trade with an option play overnight, just due to the high volatility. We didn't even need to come up here to hit our target of 490. The implied volatility and all the volatility in the markets did bring the option price higher, and everyone did exit their option at that particular price. So well done to everyone who did make money on the weekly options newsletter, and let's have a look at doing another one next week. Here's Tesla. Now Tesla forming a beautiful level of support here. We did come down, haven't quite filled this particular gap right now. I do expect us probably to come down a little bit lower, but this 100 simple moving average is coming into play, and most likely that will be a dip buying opportunity on that one. Here's CRISPR Therapeutics. CRISPR Therapeutics is looking very, very nice. We are consolidating right now. I know we have currently closed below the 200. We have closed below the 200 right here, and on the weekly chart, we are still just sitting at the 100 simple moving average, only just. You can see here in the past we have closed below for a brief period of time, but we have looked to bounce at this particular level before. So buy low, sell high does look like a great opportunity, but right now still wait for a little bit more consolidation, as this was a retest gap. So we are waiting for this retest to happen, and then hopefully we can get a nice beautiful little double bottom and go on higher. Here's the All Ords. Now the All Ords had a very bullish day yesterday, closing a lot higher than the previous close, but now we have basically lost all our gains from yesterday, and we are trading lower, 3% lower, 3.5% lower on the day. Not a whole lot to see here, guys. Take a look at the weekly chart though. We are currently coming back down to this previous low that we had at the start of 2019, which does coincide with 2017 as well, and you know, these lows back here as well. So it is a very nice level of support here at 5,500 makes a ton of sense if we do just consolidate at this particular level. And if I just draw some Fibonacci lines here just to see where we are currently sitting, you can see here at this particular level it makes a lot of sense that we are starting to bounce at the 618 retracement. So from here, guys, I do think it's going to be a little bit choppy for a few more weeks, but all in all, I do think we will soon start to bounce over the next couple of weeks or maybe months or so. Here's CBA. Now, CBA just falling from grace, coming back down to a solid support level, and currently sitting at 68.50. Closing at 68.50, 6.6% down on the day. Beautiful support level to buy low and long term. On the weekly chart, you can see we are at a very solid support level, and on a monthly chart, we are still in a very nice channel. We have been in this channel for quite some time, since 2014 or 2013. Most likely, we will stay in this channel for the rest of 2020. And before we do start to break out, I think we do personally see another dip to or a trade to the 200 simple moving average on a monthly chart before we actually break these previous all-time highs at 96. So that, I mean, could potentially look like something like that, and then the 200 simple moving average could come into play, and then we get a breakout. Who knows? But I will be looking for something like that on a long-term scale. So CBA looking very good for a long-term buy, but for a day trade, very, very volatile. Probably just look to sell some premium against your currently owned shares, or look to sell some puts to buy the shares at a lower price. It's up to you. Let's take a look at APT, or this is Alpha Pro Tech. Wrong one. So APT, Afterpay on the Aussie, currently down 8% on the day, back down to 27.03. 27.03 is a very nice key area. You can see here in the past, it has been a very nice level of resistance, very nice level of support, and we are just chopping around at this particular price. Makes a ton of sense. If we do just chop around here on the weekly chart, we could just consolidate here for a little longer. We do have the 100 simple moving average all the way down here, and if we do keep trading higher, maybe that's where we bounce. So Afterpay is at a low, is at a previous resistance. Could we go lower? We'll have to wait and see. I'll let you guys know in the next video over the next few months. Here's BHP. Now BHP on the weekly chart, you can see we are forming somewhat of a high wave candle just below the 200 simple moving average. A lot of indecision here, and on the daily chart we are well below the moving averages, so we are looking quite extended at this particular point, but 26.41 is a very nice buy the dip location. And we'll take a look at some commodities. Crude oil trading at 34.10. Most likely we will trade back down to the lows and then look to bounce on this one. Crude oil just having a very huge pullback over the last week or so. Here's gold. Now, I've already mentioned my thoughts on gold, that we most likely will eventually come back down to the 100. We have struggled to get above this $1,700 level, and I do think that we will get above there. It's just going to take some time. And the overall, the last but not least, the Aussie dollar. I did mention last week back here that we will most likely come back down to these lows, and as you can see, we did actually have a very volatile spike just the other day on Monday, back down to the 63 mark. It did get sold off. You can see, if I just zoom into the 1 minute, if you weren't thinking if this was a real candle or not, you can see right here it happened quite rapidly, but we definitely did trade down to those levels for, it would have only been minutes or seconds at this particular price, but we did get down there to the lows of 63. What was the low here? 63.14. Very, very low price, but obviously you can see we just got bought straight back up the next minute. So if you did catch that move, then well done. Me personally, I didn't, but we did say that we were going to roll back down to these lows on the daily chart. So Right now, we are most likely just going to consolidate here for a little while. We could potentially be in a channel here for a little while as well, but you can see very solid resistance at 66.76 and very nice support level down here at 64.64. I'll just draw this in for you guys so you can see 64.64 right there. So anyway, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I'll be back on Thursday with another real life stock review. Actually, I'll be back on Friday with another real life stock review to review the Thursday session. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. And don't forget to check out the Real Life Trading website to find out some more information about getting subscribed. If not, just join our trading room, or join our Facebook group. Either way, be a part of a great community, and we will help you throughout 2020 just crush these trades. Alright guys, take it easy. We'll see you soon. Bye.